So when you have a toothache that you want to remedy, do you automatically think, all right, what's the most expensive way I can get this fixed? Or if you have a plumbing problem, do you think, all right, how can I spend the most money, get the most grief and aggravation, and get this problem resolved? I don't think so. So why is it so often when people are in a conflict with someone else, in a dispute, their first course of action is to hire lawyers and go to court? Now, I'm not anti-lawyer. I've got some good friends who are lawyers. One of my best friends is a lawyer. I forgive him for that. Kidding. There's a place for courts and lawyers, but if you're in a dispute with someone you care about, why would that be your first option when there are less expensive, less adversarial options for you to choose? Well, maybe because you don't know what they are. How about mediation, arbitration, or a combination of the two? Mediation is where the parties agree, hey, let's go to somebody else, a neutral third person, or perhaps a panel. You can have two or three mediators, and have those mediators help us resolve our dispute. The mediator will not make any decisions, will not decide who's right or wrong, who wins or loses. The mediator facilitates the process, makes sure the parties are talking to and with each other, and focusing on whatever they want to do to resolve the matter. Arbitration's entirely different. It still involves a neutral third person, or again, panel, if you choose. But the role of the arbitrator is totally different. The arbitrator has the authority to make the ruling of how the case is going to be resolved. Sounds a lot like a judge, doesn't it? Well, an arbitrator is a judge. They listen to both sides, they make their ruling, and by the way, it is binding. You cannot, if you don't like the outcome of an arbitration, you cannot go into court and say, hey, judge, overrule the arbitrator, unless you can prove malfeasance or bias or negligence, some malpractice on the part of the arbitrator. No judge is going to overrule an agreement that you entered into willingly. Both have their place, both have their pros and their cons. Mediation is a beautiful process because the parties themselves maintain control. They're able to work out their differences and much more likely to stay in a harmonious relationship. The downside of mediation is it may not happen. There's no guarantee that you're going to resolve your case in mediation. One of the beauties of arbitration is the matter will be resolved in a timely and cost-effective way, but the parties have no say in it. If you like the ruling of the arbitrator, great. If you don't like the ruling of the arbitrator, too bad. So again, both have their place, their benefits and their negatives. But what about med-arb? I love this one. It's not, again, perfect, but you start off in mediation mode where the mediator is trying to help the parties resolve their own differences, talking with each other and not accusing or attacking in any way. But if you reach what's called impasse, where everybody agrees, you know what, we're too stuck, we don't see any options, we're not going to resolve this, then you authorize the mediator to change hats, become the arbitrator, and make the ruling. And again, whatever the arbitrator rules, that's what you go with. You both agree in advance, we'll accept it, we'll shake hands, and hopefully continue in some kind of harmonious relationship thereafter. Again, you want to go to court? Go to court. We will always have judges and always have lawyers ready to take your time, your money, and probably have you leaving frustrated, disillusioned, hurt, whatever. May I suggest you look into mediation, arbitration, or med-arb as a first option. It might not be the best option, but at least please consider it. If you have any questions about that, send me an email. Would you, ron@ronprice.com? Be happy to visit with you about that, or call me 505-324-6328. Again, life is hard. You're going to have disputes. Why not resolve them in the most cost-effective, relationship-friendly manner? At least that's my thought. What's yours?